It's insane what people were paying when the Jeep Wrangler first came out, and I'm super happy for anybody that's trying to get one now because of the surplus that's available. If you're out there shopping for one, you're going to notice that there's a decent amount of inventory ready for you. What I want to do for you in this video is give you a breakdown as far as what to be going after, whether you're purchasing or leasing a Jeep Wrangler. I'm going to give you some rough maintenance and repair costs, as well as the average insurance premiums in the United States. What is happening, guys? Ari here from Boston Automotive Consulting. And in the description below, you're going to find various resources to help you not only land the very best deal on a Jeep Wrangler, but you'll be able to get insurance rates as well as your auto credit scores. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, because this whole channel is going to teach you everything you're going to need to know so that you can negotiate your best possible deal. Now, what I wanted to do for you was pick out a Jeep Wrangler that was right down the middle, sort of not the most expensive Rubicon, not the cheapest Sport with manual crank windows, and I think I did a pretty decent job. What I want to do for you right now is give you a very clear picture as to what is the most commonly seen Jeep Wrangler. However, any of the percentages, any of the rough maintenance and insurance costs that I'm going to be listing out will pretty much apply for any Jeep Wrangler that you choose for the most part. Diving right in, you guys. So at the moment, we are seeing about 1,175 2020s, and we are seeing about 18,895 2021s. This is a combination of both regular Wranglers and Wrangler Unlimiteds. Now, of those 18,895 2021s, we are seeing the following split between 2-door and 4-door Wrangler and Wrangler Unlimited models. We've got about 3,035 regular Wranglers and 15,855 Wrangler Unlimiteds. In essence, you're going to get far better of a deal on a Wrangler Unlimited because there's a ton more. Now, of those 15,855 Wrangler Unlimiteds, we're seeing the following breakdown trim by trim. I did have to condense them all so that I wouldn't have to have a bracket for each. Now, we've got 5,860 for all the Sports, 480 for all the Willises, 4,035 for all the Saharas, and 5,360 for all the Rubicons. This is a very good sign for anybody that was in the market for a Rubicon. You can target the percentages, the promotional APRs, the insurance rates, all that on the Rubicon as well, and you've got far greater of a chance of getting a smoking hot deal on a Rubicon because there's a lot of them. However, because that's the most expensive model, I did have to pick out the most expensive of the cheapest model, and that is the following. I've got a 2021 Wrangler Unlimited picked out. It's a JLU Sport, and it's got an MSRP of $45,050. Now, typically Jeep Wranglers see a markup of about 6% from the factory invoice to the MSRP. However, the employee price, the price that they typically will discount to, is typically about 10% off of the MSRP. What does this mean? It means that if I were to take my MSRP, the most discount that I'll likely see is 10% off of the MSRP, and what that translates to is a final target selling price of $40,545. Now, there are no rebates to be had. Zero rebates, and typically there aren't any on Jeep Wranglers unless, for instance, you're a member of the military or you're a member of a club called Tread Lightly. And most of the time, seeing any rebates is rare on a Wrangler. However, seeing a promotional APR is not. What we've got right now is a 0%, 1.9%, and 2.9% offer on the Jeep Wranglers. Basically 0 at 36, 1.9 at 48, and 2.9 at 60. Definitely solid as far as those looking to purchase a Wrangler, because you don't have to leave the dealership to obtain outside finance. What this means is for you is yes, the rough final selling price would likely be 10% off of the MSRP. Altogether, it would bring you to, again, a target of $40,545. Now, similarly, on the lease, we're still targeting 10% off of MSRP. However, a little bit of caution I want to give you guys. Most Jeep Wrangler leases are, it's very rare that you'll see Chrysler Capital be the same lease company for every Jeep Wrangler lease, like you might see BMW Financial Services be the same lease company for every BMW lease. Most of the time on Jeep Wranglers, they have a choice, and especially local banks, they have a choice of a bunch of different banks that they can lease out the cars to, and sometimes they get a larger kickback, as in the dealership gets a larger bonus for leasing out through a particular bank. I want to caution you in that leasing through either Chrysler Capital or Ally Bank is going to be your best bet, and typically the rates that I publish on these negotiation guides are being done through Chrysler Capital. You might see a different rate, you might see a different residual. However, keep in mind the rates and residuals you might be seeing are quite possibly from a bank I've never even heard of. So just using the same $40,545 target selling price with $0 in lease cash and a residual very, very high at 75%, with a money factor also very, very high at an average rate of 0.00225. This month, there are rumors that the buy rate is 0.00195, and a few months ago, it was 0.00250. I want to encourage you to always double check that you're making sure what the money factor is and that it's somewhere in the low 0.00200s. Now, plugging this all into the lease calculator and assuming that all we're giving at Do It Start is just our inception fees, so your first payment, acquisition fee, doc fee, registration, all that stuff, due up front, roughly about $1,845. We'd be talking about, not bad, $379 a month. That's including sales tax, you guys, and that's assuming 10% off. I'm not telling you 10% off is going to be easy. However, I am telling you 10% off is going to be more than possible. Now, as far as some rough maintenance and repair costs go for you guys, I did compile a bunch of data that brought me to a couple averages here. So $690 as being the average on a Jeep Wrangler as far as maintenance goes per year for 5 years, and the average repair cost coming in at $460 per year after the warranty runs up. Now, this is a compilation of data coming from Edmunds, Repair Pal, Your Mechanic, all sorts of various resources that help me compile these averages. Now, as far as insurance goes, not bad at all, with an average insurance premium coming in at $1,300 in the United States. We've got a breakdown coming in at $1,040 in Arizona, $1,420 in California, $1,560 in Florida, $930 in Illinois, $995 in Mass, $2,170 in Michigan, $1,315 in New York, $1,190 in Pennsylvania, $1,500 in Texas, and $745 in Virginia. Not bad at all. Very, very inexpensive car, not only to insure, but seeing as though you can get a pretty decent discount on it, this may be the year to get yourself a Jeep Wrangler. I do want to encourage you guys, visit the links in the description below, shop around the deal on the Jeep Wrangler, get insurance rates, as well as your auto credit scores. If you found this information useful, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.